I'm here with the famous Angel Marquez, Victor Daniel from Handball Social. I wanted to meet Angel very, very much so, only because he has so much experience and he's been around for so long, and he's been a legend in so many different time frames of handball history. When have you started to play? When did you start?
I started when I was 8 years old. My father played, so pretty much we were born in the handball court, basically. Me and my two brothers. So that's all we ever knew.
Where was that handball court?
Arthur Avenue, Arthur Park and Crotona Park. Crotona Park had 24 courts, plus a 3-wall. Arthur Park, 4 courts. And my father was there every day. So he took us there. In the beginning, it was swings and playground. And then eventually later on, I started playing a little bit more handball. Even though he didn't teach us much, if anything.
Was it just you, or you had some brothers and sisters?
No, me and my two brothers, Jose and Edgar Marquez. They were good. They got real good. They were better than me. I'm the baby of the family. I mean, they got really good. But, life got in the way, so I'm the only one to continue.
So you're the only one out of all your brothers that are now?
Including my father. My father was what you would classify an A player. He was probably the best in Arthur Avenue.
What time frame was that, you figure?
1970s and beyond and below, 1960s, late 60s. I don't remember much, but that's all I ever remember. When we were born in Manhattan, pretty much I'm a Manhattanite. And then we moved into the Bronx when I was a little kid. And then we moved into 3rd Avenue, 176th Street, where they had Arthur Park. They had this big park there, including Crotona. So we lived right across the street from the handball courts. I mean, across the hill, when they had the old courthouse there. So it's the only place I ever knew. The only place we ever went was to the park, and he was in the park 24/7. I thought I was bad, but my father was just as bad. He had friends. Play for beers, play for this, play for that. He was non-stop. That's all I ever remember from my father, playing handball. So it's kind of natural, you know what I mean? That, like I said, he was really good. He wasn't no slouch, left-handed. He called him Muscles Jerry for that particular reason. He was a bodybuilder.
Oh.
We always had bodybuilding magazines in our house. So people told me, hey, Frankie Zay, Puerto Cole. How do you know? Because we had magazines all the time. We had weights all the time. And that's all he ever did too. Weights, handball, weights, handball, weights, handball, and he made us do the same exact thing. Made us, not asked us, made us.
So you've been playing. Did you start entering tournaments?
Believe it or not, I played in a tournament when I was a little kid. I must have been about 12 or 13. A doubles tournament with my partner, a lefty guy. I can't remember. He got drunk in the second game, but. Remember, there was no such thing as divisions. It was open or nothing. And we won our first game. I remember we played these two African-American guys, being politically correct.
Was this in the 80s? 90s?
This is maybe 60s.
60s?
Yeah, maybe 69, something like that.
Wow.
Because I won my first tournament in 1974. All right, so it's had to be in the 60s. And I remember... I forgot it, but we used to play doubles with them when I was a kid. So we played a tournament Arthur Avenue, and they had tremendous players there. Tremendous. Because even as a kid, I knew who these guys are. They had big tournaments in Crotona Park. And I remember watching Mickey Guzman, Lefty Santiago, when they were, young guys playing. And I even knew about Ruben Gonzalez. I was just a kid. So I used to be a ball boy there. They used to give me a box of balls, Spaldings. Hey, kid, go give them out. Of course, I took a whole bunch for myself. So I was a ball boy when I was a kid in Crotona. So I knew these guys, So, by the way, back to the tournament, yeah. So I won my first game. Like I said, it was open or nothing, show up or else, or that's the way it was. But we never thought about that. We just played. It didn't really matter to us, And that was good because I made you a much better player. You had to play or nothing. And the second game I played against the best small ball player in the country in New York, this guy named David Garcia from Clinton. And I knew that guy was good. And his friend Wilson was one of the top players back then. That was on one. I cried, took the ball and roofed it. I That's what I remember. I said, fuck. A guy was trying to console me. I remember. He was consoling me. Rooster throwing into the roof. But I was good because it kind of told me how much I hated to lose. I don't like to lose. But, and I knew it, I said, boy. And then my partner was drinking 40s. But it didn't really wouldn't have mattered. But who knows? Maybe we would have made 2 points. And that was it. And
you stuck with it, though.
Yeah. And then, People's Park in 1974, a guy, this park was weird because they had a painting in the middle. It's still there, and you weren't allowed to. It was a beautiful painting of a Spanish guy. I don't know who it was, but you weren't allowed to play there. If you did, they'd kick your ass. And I'm not kidding.
Wow.
Just don't play in that middle court because of that painting that was there. So if you played there, they will kick your ass. So you were only allowed to play on these 2 courts.
Wow.
And they had paintings too, but it was okay. So they ran a park tournament there, and I beat this guy named Freddie. He forfeited, he didn't show up. But yeah, that was my first money game. The Parky backed him up for 5 against me, and I beat him. But the guy was dirty, man. He would wet the ball. The sweat would be pouring from him, and he would let the water, the sweat pour on the ball. He would serve it and skip it 100 miles an hour.
You couldn't call it on that?
No, everything went those days.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So he beat me a few times, but then the Parky backed him up. $5. All right, and I beat him. Nice. I figured if he showed up in a tournament, I would have beat him. I wasn't that good.
Are these still the 60s you're talking about?
No, now we're moving into the 70s, right?
The 70s.
So then there was Forest Park, Jackson Avenue. That was that same year, 1974. And this park had fantastic players. I was not supposed to make it to the finals, but I played. I guess I was better. I beat a lot of top guys, and then I had to play Chino, who was one of the great players back then. But I had such a bad cut in my hand. I said, never mind. I mean, it was at least a Z from here to here to here. It was huge, and because I couldn't afford gloves, and all I had were cheap sneakers. So I forfeited. But I caught Chino at Yankee Stadium. I beat him so bad he quit. He took his bag and left the park. Oh,
that was after the tournament?
This was later on at Yankee Stadium. They had a paintball tournament there, right? Where I ended up playing Buddy in the finals. So Chino was bouncing a dead ball around. Oh, I'm gonna kick your ass, Angel. I said, really? I said, how much you want to bet? So everybody came up to him because Chino was a bit better. I said, I'll bet you 20. Which is a lot of money. We're going, and that was later on. And I had him 20. I think I had him 19-1. He stopped the game, took his bag, and left the park. But he came back later to pay everybody, including me. I was like looking at him, where are you going? But he didn't say a word. He just stood. I didn't mess with Chino because Chino was tough. Chino would kick your ass.
If he wanted to leave, you let him leave.
Yeah. Because in Jackson Avenue, he was playing this guy named Danny Vera. Forget about it. He was ready. He fucked him up. So Chino was really tough. So Chino wasn't. You couldn't mess with Chino. We knew that. We were kids, but we knew that because he was always down.
He was older than you guys.
Yeah, he was. And he was a great player. And like any other park, I'm going back to 1974 when I used to be in Jackson Avenue. When I moved to the South Bronx, they used to be gambling. They used to be playing cards. They used to be playing for money. They used to make fun of me because I wouldn't play for money. Oh, come on, kid, get to the other side. You don't want to bet. Get out of here. And they made me better. They made me better because they were tough players in that park. Tough. I even had a shirt made up that said Forest Park Handball.
And where's that exactly?
On Jackson Avenue. And it's actually, believe it or not, it's strange, but...
This Forest Park in Queens, too.
Right, but this is what they call it back then because it was on Forest Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy died. He was the first casualty in the Iraq War.
Mm-hmm.
His name was Captain Manny Rivera. He played with us all the time. All the time. He was a regular in the park, right?
He was good?
Yeah, he was one of the better players. A young kid, good-looking guy. So he was just one of the regular guys. So they named the park after him. So now it's Captain Manny Rivera Park. Even though the handball courts still look like crap. Because I went there last year. I'm not kidding. They fixed the park beautiful. But the handball courts are complete shit.
They didn't repave them?
Nothing. This park had a high wall, so we were able to play 3 walls. The back wall, it had a high wall. It was just like a back wall.
Mm.
So we used to actually play games like that, or the guys used to, for money, let the ball hit the back wall, and then, play it towards the front wall.
Mm.
Great park, but the park is still a disaster. You can still play there, but nothing has changed. The floor is the same, the bat, everything is the same. But everything else in the park is beautiful, which is normal, but it's still there. And the funny thing is, across the street they have original 3-wall courts. They got 4 or 5.
Wow.
Of the side, front courts. They have 5 of them. But it's a Catholic school.
This is in the Bronx.
Right across the street from Manor River Park. But when we were kids, we were allowed, we went there to play. Matter of fact, a lot of guys honed their 3-wall skills, their 4-wall skills. But now they fixed the park. It's gated in, and it's a Catholic school, which it was back.
Does anybody play in it?
No. When the kids go there, just using the playground, you're not allowed to go. Nobody's allowed to go in there anymore. But the courts, those are the only 3-wall courts, real side front courts that follow the entire city of New York. Unlike Cortona or for Victory Field, which were actually to introduce people to 4 walls when they first built those parks. Only 3 of them left, but that's it.
Who would you say your toughest competitors were through the years, Angel?
Well, growing up, there were a lot, But consistent guys, Buddy was probably the only guy. I mean, consistently. You had Reggie, you had Narciso, you had George Reich, and you had all the big boys from West 4th Street. Mm-hmm. But when I started getting really good, those guys couldn't even hang with me anymore. They were terrible.
When would you consider yourself really good? What year?
Probably when I beat Ruben in Arthur when he came down there to hustle me. I just didn't know how good I was.
What year were you? Like, how old were you at that time?
I was a teenager. Ruben came to my park, tried to hustle me in front of all my friends, and I beat him. But, you know what I mean? I've yet, check it, the funny thing is, I haven't gone to West 4th Street. I haven't gone nowhere. I'm just a really good Bronx player. I have a reputation in the Bronx. They call me Angelo. Hey, come down to the park. Angelo's there. So everybody used to come from all these different parks, even from West 4th Street, to come play me singles for money. And I never backed down, Hey, you ever play? Let's go. You want to play? Win or lose, it didn't matter. You know what I mean? Win or lose. So,
what about Durson? Did you play Joe?
Me and Joe was Mr. Hardball. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, me and Buddy were reigning in pink ball when Joe was reigning in. I've known Joe since he was a scrub. I know Joe a long ways, way back in the 70s. So Joe was hardball, while we were pink ball. So our paths never crossed. And if they did in pink ball, we'd have slaughtered him. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to stand here and tell you that he would have killed me in small ball. I'm a pretty good small ball player. As long as the money was up, you're not just going to step all over me.
Right.
I don't care what ball you got. But, when we were playing Spalding, because I used to play paddleball players for money with the small ball and beat them. Good paddleball players.
Wow.
So how would Joe fare against me? We're never going to know. But in pink ball, I would have slaughtered him. You can't hang in pink ball, He wouldn't hung with us at all. Not knocking Joe, but Spalding's a whole different animal. I think C players would have probably kicked his ass.
What age do you feel like you were your best? Like,
honestly, like I said, in Spalding, I never hit my best because in '85, when the Nationals ended, that was it. I never hit my peak. I won 3 straight Nationals, USHA Nationals, United States Handball Association Pink Ball Nationals. And let me tell you a quick story about that. They stopped running the Spalding Nationals, I think in 1971 or whatever the hell. There were a lot of champions, even San and Torres. They used to run them in conjunction with the small ball tournaments. But check this out. Give you an idea how downgraded the pink ball players were. They call it the novice ball. So if you won 2 national pink ball championships, they said, okay, that's it. Now you're going to play small ball. And they wouldn't allow you to win it 3 times. Imagine that, right? That's how the big ball was downgraded. Oh, you're playing a novice ball. Okay, you're good enough. Now go. You won 2 national pink ball. Now go. So you had guys like Steve Sal and Al Torres won pink ball nationals.
Yeah.
One of some of the greatest players. So that's how downgraded it was. So I never hit my peak. So I wrote a letter to the USHA and told them that if you guys think my ball is so bad, I'll challenge the best. I'll challenge your national singles champion in 4 and 3 ball, small ball, and your doubles, and I'll play them by myself. So they wrote me back and they said, "Oh, as far as your challenge goes, never mind." But they did run the USHA Nationals 85 nights to me, which I won. Had to beat the guy 21-2. Had him point zip.
Wow.
Which, by the way, made them change the pink ball, the low serve game, into high serve for a couple of years because of my domination. You know.
No underhand serves.
No, everything was with low serve. But then all of a sudden, for maybe 2 years or whatever, it became high serve.
Oh.
They refused to let anybody serve because I destroyed everybody. So I never hit my peak. And then, the pink ball started dying. And then, because they stopped making them with air, they started selling them dead.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually, people started playing blue. So I never hit my peak. Who knows how many more nationals I would have won besides, when I hurt my ankle in '77. Getting banned for a year, thanks to Flip. And, that's another story. But, yeah, so I never...
How long did it take you to recover from that ankle injury?
Quite a while, but I still try to play. I played in a Lafayette tournament, and I lost to this guy Oscar, which I shouldn't have lost. I even lost to one of my father's friends at singles because I had no lateral movement at all.
Right.
I could just stand there. You ace me out, I can't run.
Mm-hmm.
But if I got up, I might be able to do some damage. But I got even with that guy Oscar. I left him on 1 in a tournament. He wanted to beat me up because he said I embarrassed him in front of his girlfriend. Big deal. Yeah, he confronted me at the tournament. What did you do to come on, bro? I didn't think anything of it. You know what I mean? So I never hit my peak.
So you feel like you like the pink ball, playing with the pink ball better than...
Oh, sure, because it's what we grew up with.
Right.
What I've known since the 1960s, when my father played before and everybody else before.
Well, everybody now seems to be playing in this area in New York with the blue ball, with the pens.
Right, but check this out. Remember, it started out as a tan ball. The sky bounce was tan.
Oh, okay.
Matter of fact, if you look at that clip of me and Flip playing, that ball wasn't blue. That ball was tan.
What year was that?
I don't even remember. That was my first ever big blue ball tournament.
It's on YouTube.
Right, it's on YouTube. It's just a clip. You'll see it on Facebook also. But it's not blue, it's tan. It's the original, when the ball changed, they figured they make the sky bounce tan to compensate for the color of the Spalding. And that lasted, but eventually it became blue. People started playing with it. Then the sky bounce came around, and then people started playing with the sky bounce, and now everybody plays with the pen. Pen ball is good. Sky bounce was great. It had its time, but then people started selling bogus ones, and that kind of killed the ball. To this day, the sky bounce is still garbage. That's why
you like the pen better than the sky bounce?
Sure. Look, what happened was when you would go to the store, you would find yellow labeled sky bounces, right? Black label. Those are counterfeit, and they were like bricks. They were hard.
Yeah.
And then you kill it, it dies like a rock. It went fast. It just had an erratic bounce to it, and people started saying, "Wow, this ball sucks." The white label ones are the real ones. So eventually, people just got sick of time. Now you had two different balls. You had the really decent sky bounce, and you had this thing which was like a brick. It would literally hurt your hand. You said, "Damn, this ball is hard."
You still see them around though.
Yeah, they're still around, but don't waste your time buying them. But if you look now, go to the stores, every single one has the white ones. I even told one of the guys in the store, I said, "Look, those balls aren't good. I said, somebody is selling counterfeit balls, probably making them to sell whatever, or just stamping them. They're not really sky bounces." And believe it or not, that is what killed the sky bounce. Nobody wanted to play with it anymore.
Yeah, I prefer myself the pen. It's a little bouncier and
Right. So
it's got a nice movement to it.
and everybody else plays with the pen now.
Yeah.
When I see a guy like, as a matter of fact, today in the park, I was playing this guy, Derek bullshit ball.
What? Tell me what the bullshit ball is in your definition.
A bullshit ball is a playground ball.
Okay. Is it dead?
No, it's good. I got them over there.
Oh, like the pump balls?
Yeah. Can I bring it?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think I got one here. I just gave one to his son.
Oh, that? Get out of here.
Yeah, that's it. The playground ball. Look,
You hit that with a handball?
Yeah, with the handball. And believe it or not, you're not gonna believe this, but this ball bounces exactly like a pink ball.
Okay.
It has no erratic bounces. I play with this in a 4-wall court, and it's coming off the side wall beautifully. It's not taking no crazy bounces like a pumped up racket.
Right, yeah, pumped up racquetballs bouncing
really-
all
Right,
erratically.
it's got a brain of its own.
Yeah.
But this doesn't. So,
How is it when you like whip that one though?
oh, you can whip it.
Yeah.
But see, my game, my rules. You see what I mean? I make I make the straddle line the long line,
Okay.
and you can't hit it 100 miles an hour. You have to. It's like medium power and soft power. But boy, it's freaking great. We gotta have a workout with this ball.
Yeah, you get good volume.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
Squeeze that. Oh, and it's got a pump.
It's almost like a basketball a
Yeah,
little bit.
so it's got a pump. So I love to play with it. Why not, right?
Yeah. So, do you ever play with that pump ball? Like the ones that, I see them playing at Edison on the weekends. Those guys, they're playing like
No,
that.
you know why? Because I've had my time playing with a pump ball.
Yeah.
Why in the world would it's nice? Why would I?
There's
when I-
different people playing that rather
Right.
than.
And when I stopped playing pink ball, right? I started playing Big Blue, and I got real good at Big Blue. You know, Yankee Stadium twice. Walton High School, I had a singles there. They had ran a singles there.
Yeah.
I won that too. Right? I remember the finals. They had this guy named Smiley there. He was talking a lot of crap. He
Is this
beat
the
my-
80s or the 90s?
Yeah, in the 80s. He had this guy, he was beating my partner, Dave Malinfish, and so I ran into him in the finals, and I told him, I looked at him, he started talking shit, 2 points into the minute we got on the court, I said, you want to bet the whole thing? He said, no, I beat him 21-1. Okay, I aced him out. And that was a really short court. It had, it wasn't a real court, it was really short. So my aces were like a monster in that court.
And you were playing them with what type of ball?
with the racket, the tan skybounds, because
Okay.
it was still tan. Okay, and I killed him. So right after that, I decided, you know what, and I made some money. Dave Melinda, the Angel, hurry up, we can go eat. I said, I'll treat you guys. Okay, so I made money. I made money in Yankee Stadium. I made money in twice. So I made some money. So that's why I didn't play with the racquetball because I liked it. I played because I got sick of all these trophies and not making any money. I went into that game for the money.
Right.
That's it. Because now I'm making money.
So when you were playing like in the 80s and 70s, were you, was that your primary source of income?
No, I work here and there,
Okay.
but it wasn't. It was one shit job from another because of my lack of education.
Okay.
But I would get jobs here and there, hold them for quite a while. But eventually, my obsession would drag me to the court again.
Right.
I'll be taking days. Oh, I'm not coming in. Okay, then I'll be on the handball court. A lot of times, I lost a lot of jobs. I lost women jobs over handball. And I'm not kidding. I would have girlfriends if they didn't know how to play.
Yeah. You teach
Teach
them?
them. I taught my ex-wife how to play. I taught Darlene, who another girl, I taught her how to play. Arlene, she already knew how to play. And it made for a great relationship because where am I? I'm a handball court. Basically West 4th Street. Once I got to West 4th Street, I never left. You know what I mean?
You said, I think we were talking, and you said you did play a little handball in California too.
Yeah, when we moved there, right? I went to, I'm serious, first trip to California, were the handball courts. And I found there was a big sign at Golden Gate Park, and it said,
Oh, San
handball
Francisco.
courts. Yeah, they had two 4-wall outdoors, 2 4-wall indoors, and on the sides they had 1-wall courts, like Venice Beach.
Right.
But nobody played on the 1-wall courts. But
No.
they had pretty damn good players in the 4-wall court.
And you said you met somebody that was from back east too.
Yeah, exactly, right. And, the 4-walls were good because I wasn't a 4-waller at all. I never, the only time I ever played anything was when I went to the Toledo Nationals, to play up there in the B division, which I made it to the semis and then lost in a tiebreaker. But, So I would play the racquetball players with my hands to racket, to stay in shape. They were good, good people. So, hey, look, I used to be a handball player. Can I play with my hands? Sure. I beat them one after another, one after another. There was one guy who was really, really good, so I had to take him on with a racket, and I killed him too. I went racket to racket with that guy, and I beat him. And
Nice.
that was how I trained up there. And then we moved to San Francisco State, and they had handball courts like the Florida ones with the side. But unfortunately, I met a guy there who I shouldn't have met, who was also from the East, and he started my marijuana habit all over again, which I thought I was going to run away from, which I didn't, unfortunately, because he was there. Crazy, oh, I'm finally getting away from
This is in California?
In California, yeah. I'm finally getting away from this shit, yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah, he was there.
How was the competition over there?
It wasn't. Unless you were playing four walls. Good players that went up there, that
Four
played-
wall, big ball?
No, small wall.
Small ball.
Right, in Golden Gate Park. That's it. That's all you found. Nothing. I didn't know anything about Venice Beach or I didn't go anywhere. I just stayed in Frisco, and that was the only handball court I ever found was in Golden Gate Park. It was a nice court, but like I said, if you want for good games, you would have to play four walls with small ball, or else play racquetball with the guys out on the other side. Which I could have entered because I was still. It wasn't too long before I was coming back from my racquetball career. After playing racquetball for a year, becoming an A player, winning a couple of tournaments.
Wow.
So I did a short racquetball career, and didn't play any handball, just played strictly racquetball. Won a C tournament, and this is what people should understand.
What years were these?
This was in the 80s, right?
Okay.
During the heyday of racquetball.
Okay.
Because I was following my idol, Ruben Gonzalez, who went into racquetball and won the national championship from handball. He was a great handball player. He won the four-wall racquetball nationals.
Wow.
So I was following him. Not to mention, I wanted to make. I figured I could make some money. I had a sponsor, who was the guy named Arnold Segura, who basically got Mayor Dinkins elected. And you can always find it. Look at any video of Mayor Dinkins, you'll find a Spanish guy there with him, hanging around with him all the time. That's him. And he used to be a groupie at West 4th Street, so I used to play him for money, playing these crazy games, and he was a big admirer of mine at West 4th Street. Only thing is, I didn't know who he really was. So I started seeing pictures of him with the mayor. So he backed me up, got me a membership at the Y, and I did good, because I won the Parker Meridian singles, C's. I went upstate after that, won the B's. Long Island Open, lost, C's. Parker Meridian Hotel, C singles, won. And beat the guy who you were allowed to play in two different tournaments. So I actually beat the guy in the C's who won the B's, believe it or not. He won the B singles, but he was still playing in the C's, and I beat him. I knocked him out of the tournament, go figure.
Wow.
And then I went upstate and I won the B singles up there, won a little money, won some sneakers. That's how I became a pro now. And then went up to the Jersey Open and lost there. And then finally I retired. I went back to handball. I said, man, I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of being locked.
How long was that? Was that little?
It lasted a year.
You became an A player in 1 year?
Yeah.
Wow.
See, that's what players today have to learn. You know what I mean? They want to be B players forever.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what do you suggest to get them to the next level?
Look, this is my point, right? It's like that kid David Velas, right? The kid's good, but how many B's are you gonna play in, right? Every time I see that kid on something, he's winning B's. How many B's do you want? You say no. In four walls,
Do you think they should give him his card though?
you don't need a card. You know what I mean? Let me look. In four walls, they know who you are, right? They know. They're not gonna. If they see you're too good, they'll kick you out. They say you don't belong here. We're gonna move you up to the next level because you seem to be too strong for these guys. See, they know who you are. So my point is, I won one tournament. I lost one tournament, the C's, right, in Long Island. I won the second tournament. I didn't go back to C's. I don't have no time. You understand? I'm probably in my late 20s, maybe almost 30, whatever. I have no time. Now my next tournament is a B, right? I won that. Next, A. Now I'm playing in the open division, and that's how it works. You don't, if you're a C player, keep going up the, you can play in any division. You can play in B's, C, but a lot of these guys, they just want to stay in the C's. Oh, I'm a C player. There's an open tournament tomorrow. I can't play. You see, that gives these guys reasons not to play. Like back in the days when we didn't have anything like that. So you had no choice, right? So we didn't think about that. It was open or nothing. Imagine a 13-year-old kid playing against grown men. When I won the Police Athletic League championship, I played against a guy who was one of the best guy. This guy was really good. His name was Mario, right? I'm a kid, and I beat him. And I beat him in the semis. I didn't beat him in the finals. I beat him, and he was killing me. But I came back and I beat him. I must have made like a 13-point run, and I beat him, and I won the PAL tournament.
What do you feel like you have as a player that makes you better?
Anger. I was very angry. I was angry at my father. I was angry at the world. So I finally had an outlet. I could hit something and not have to worry about getting hit back. So I had a lot of anger. I was crazy when I was young. I really was. I didn't take no shit and forget about it. It was, to me, it was do or die. So, I was just angry at the world. I was bullied when I was a kid. My father beat the shit out of us on a daily basis. He was brutal. He was abusive. He was whatever. He was a drunk later on. He got drunk. He became an alcoholic from playing for all those cases of beers. You ever play for cases of beer? Somebody's got to drink them, right? Right? Think about it. My father and his friends are playing for cases of beer. Somebody's going to have to drink those. Whether you win or lose, those beers at the end of the day are not there anymore. And I used to see that. When I went to the park, I would see how many cases of beer. It was amazing how many beers there were. Oh, run it back.
Yeah.
These guys can barely stand. Run it back. It must be about, dark. Run it back, And my father, all day, these guys in Katona, and it eventually became an alcoholic, and he took it out on us. And so I had a lot of anger, and that was my, like Rookie would have said, you got to match his intensity. I was very intense. I was a very intense player. So that intensity was my drive. That anger was my drive. And I don't like to lose. To me, I didn't think about losing. I always thought about winning. Losing was not an option. I couldn't afford it. And not to mention, I wanted to be the champ. I wanted to be the best.
Do you feel like you were more powerful than the guys around you, or you're faster, or you had a little bit more wind?
Oh, and right. And I had the most important thing. I was intimidated. People were intimidated by me.
Gotcha.
Did I plan it? No, I just destroyed people. You could play me for $1 and I would beat you 21-0. That's how it was. How much Angel? $1? Okay. Next year, 21-0. You're getting a beating. You're bringing your children there, your wife, your kids. I didn't care because I wanted to, for instance, if I did that to you, what's everybody else in the park watching? You see? They're terrified because they know they got to play me. Intimidation. And I was very intimidated because of my game. I was a serve and shooter. I was a killer. I didn't I had a great volley, but my game was serve and destroy.
Right.
Seek and destroy. So, that's...
How is your opposite?
Tremendous.
Yeah.
Why? People will say, hey, Angel, how did you get your left so good? Let me see, I had a lot of injuries, I broke my hand. I had tennis elbow really bad, so I never stopped playing. For instance, one day, before a tournament, this guy smashed my finger, thank you, Carlos, right? And I had money games in Long Island the next day. I was in agony. I made $50. My left, my partner's 2. I even played in the tournament. My left and Dino's 2. We lost, but I played anyway, Someone weren't the first one to do that, by the way. So I did that. I used my left, my partner. I couldn't use my right because it literally, when the guy did that, he ripped the skin right off and ripped my nail backwards because He ran. My hand was on the floor. He ran across and then he ran back. And when I looked, I was like, "Oh shit!" Oh, it was terrible. So I never stopped using my left. I didn't train my left. My style I got from a book, the Paul Haber Inside Handball.
Ah,
You know, I got that from a book.
nice.
Which is still available on Amazon. Paul Haber's Inside Handball. It's a documentary. Paul Haber was one of the greatest players.
You have a book on Amazon. What's the name? It's the Angel.
Oh, the great one, right?
The great
Angel
one.
Marquez story.
Right, that's on Amazon too.
Yes, it is. And on Kindle. So
Oh.
you can get it both.
Yeah,
If I got a copy over there.
I bought a bunch myself.
There you go. So, much appreciated.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's an interesting read for everybody else.
Yeah.
And for myself, because I'm reading about my life. A lot of it was not much is changed in that book or exaggerated. A lot of it is, a lot of more stories to be told. But you can only go so far and tell what you have to tell. But it's about change and and how things worked out after a nightmare and a crazy obsession. But when you got handball and everything else, your artistic, your music is all taken from you. You have only one place to go, and that was with handball.
where do you think handball could go if it was got more more captive audience, because it's only limited to certain areas.
I'll say this without being too negative. The newspapers, like I said, I think I told you, right? The newspapers at one time, actually covered. If you look at old archives, you'll see pictures of Jacobs, Sandler and these guys. They covered all the tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
They did. Daily News, New York Times, they did.
What year? What year was this?
This was maybe in the 50s, right?
Okay.
Probably and beyond, right? Now, the guy said, it's not how many people are playing the game. Now, I want everybody out there to understand this. It's not how many people are playing, it's who's watching.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It's how many people are watching.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what's going to fill the stadiums.
Yeah.
Now, how many people? Imagine you got 10,000. Okay, you got a full tournament, 32 people, and you got a little crowd. Who cares? And believe me, I've seen a lot of tournaments where people are pay. And look, even if you got people, but there are so many people that you could see they're all on their cell phones. Nobody's paying any attention to your game.
Well, I mean, to handball's defense, it was not like tennis or any of these professional sports that are highly televised.
But check this out.
Wasn't on nationwide TV where people could start, understanding the sport.
At one time, it was in Madison. They had a match in Madison Square Garden.
Nice.
The old Madison Square Garden. They had
What year was this?
well, let's go back to maybe 1940s, whatever. They had
Wow.
two guys, and do you know how they used to play handball? It was the best of 7, 21 points each.
Holy cow!
And this
You have
was,
to be real Iron Man.
and this was they finished it off. They were tied up, and they finished it off in Madison Square Garden. They had a retractable court.
I was about to say they had to
Right.
put a wall up.
with a terrazzo floor, whatever the hell that is, right?
The
You know-
floor was similar to.
The guy who lost claimed that he didn't have the right sneakers. It was slippery. Right?
It was too slippery.
Right, but you know how many people showed up?
How many?
400.
That's it.
That's it. In the old Madison Square Garden,
I'm
And that
sure
was-
you could fill that place. What 10,000?
and they never did it again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can understand that.
And in the old San Francisco, I believe, it was. I guess it was Casey or Laurel, one of those guys, the first Irish guys. They built the first handball court was built behind a bar, and there's a whole picture of them. They're like this, standing there, and these people, of course, used to bet like crazy, side bets on the games and everything like that.
Yeah.
Okay, and what was the game of that? And Harold Lloyd, an old-time film actor, he had, he sponsored one of the great handball players. I forgot his name, and he used to always, he came here and he was a national champion, and he used to give guys point game and beat them.
Really?
Didn't lose a game,
Wow.
But unfortunately, somebody looked at him and said, "Oh, you should be a boxer."
Right, changing his direction.
He said, "Beautiful." No. You know what happened afterwards? The AAU sponsored the tournaments. So guess what? His career went to shit because he made money. And that's it. Once you become a professional, if you make $1 you're professional, the AAU kicked him out of any tournaments. He couldn't do nothing in tournaments anymore. Yeah? So,
I think it was a little bit bad promotions. Only 400 people showed up. Who was promoting that thing?
that's just the way it was. And remember, we're talking handball. Handball became really, really big, but now paintball was a small ball. It's huge. And then, the AAU battled with the USHA, and the USHA took over. But remember, it's AAU. There's no money in handball. They have great players, great tournaments. You see, there's an old picture of Garber Stadium in Coney Island being jam-packed. That stadium held over 1,000 people. And it's packed to the rafters watching a match. They didn't make any money. They were playing for trophies. The USHA was the first one to put money in handball. Right? Do you know how much money they put in the first tournament? $100,000 in 1950 something. How much money is that?
A lot of money back then.
And the players like Paul Haber, he didn't have to work. They survived on handball. And they made pretty
It's like a dream come true for people,
And they made pretty good money, and they survived on that. They didn't need to. And Candler, he owned a company called Community Builders. He was a millionaire. So let's imagine the first handball organization was run by a multi-millionaire who loved handball, and he played handball, and he played in tournaments, and he ran the USHA, and he got every single worker, every player from all over the country to work for him, and brought him to Chicago. See? And he ran the USHA, organized it, put money in it. That's what handball needs. Somebody who's going to organize it, but like that, with a proper way.
Yeah, professionally.
But remember, it's a business. Forget it, you got to think, this is a business. You might take a chance in the beginning, I'm going to lose out. But you have to look at the whole picture.
It's a great sport.
Right. If I'm going to lose out money, but yet it's going to cost me money. But you know what? Now I'm breaking even. That's good. Now I'm making profit. When you start making profit, we're good. And now you can keep adding on. But until handball, think about it. Where's the profit in handball? Where? Who's profiting in handball? The guys who are running tournaments? Yeah, they're profiting.
Well, it needs to be exposed, like you said, to like stadiums full of people that would pay for the sport.
Yeah.
But before that, you have to get people to be interested in the actual sport.
And we had those. Castle Hill Beach Club, the old Castle Hill Beach Club from around here, that was a stadium court. It had seats all the way around. That's why I won the USHA Paintball National.
How big is that place?
Well, it's gone now. Now it's a bunch of buildings now. The same thing with...
How many people were in that place at that time? Could you watch a game? 5,000?
No, probably a few hundred.
Few hundred.
But it's a stadium court, like surrounded.
Oh, nice.
See, they had two big places in the Bronx. They had Castle Hill Beach Club, and they had Shore Haven. You wouldn't believe how many handball courts. There are videos of Sandler playing in this place. You wouldn't believe how many handball courts. Garber Stadium in Coney Island had a lot of handball courts. Like Crotona, which had 44, Crotona Yankee Stadium, each one had 24, 28 courts. Guess what? All gone.
I know. There's very few handball courts, one-wall handball courts in New York City. There's one in Long Island, they got one in the Bronx.
And there's
one in Brooklyn, they're very few and far between.
Right, those big courts like that, those, beach clubs. Brighton Beach also has, Brighton Beach, but those are private clubs. You can't just go in there anymore.
Yeah,
you can't.
I'm not counting those.
You can't go in there, right? They were. That's how big handball was. They were building these huge beach clubs and loading them up with handball courts. Same thing with Garber Stadium. That was a main court with a lot of courts. And they used to hold the Nationals there. And look at it, 24 courts, Crotona gone. There's a tennis center there now, in the Bronx, of all things. Right? They didn't put any courts. Let's turn this high-class tennis area here, and we're good. Or what did they do at Yankee Stadium? They put a couple of courts in, the worst courts in the world, with no room on the sides at all. They built them terribly.
Yeah, absolutely.
No room on the sides, not much room in the back.
Yeah, it's tough.
So they replaced them, but they did a bad job of it.
Yeah.
I mean, everything else looks beautiful, but
What do you think of the best courts in the Bronx now to go play?
well, basically you got the stand. You got Castle Hill. Whenever they're playing, it's not like it used to be anymore. You got Gunter Park, which is a park around here. You got a whole bunch of guys that go in there. You got Bronx Park East. That in the summertime you always find a lot of kids there. A lot of kids, good players, bad players, whatever. And Orchard Beach, if you're not battling with the one-wall racquetball players, and the paddleball players. And I just said it all. That's it.
And who do you feel right now is like the best players out there, in your opinion? One wall guys.
Well, of course, we got to go with the big T, with the Stimbo. Until somebody knocks him off his perch, he'll always be number one. Rookie's done. Even though he can still.
He played him recently, there. You saw that one.
He can still kick a little butt.
Yeah.
I mean, Rookie. He's got that height and that reach, and he'll still get.
Did you ever get to play him?
Well, besides training him, yeah, we played 2 games. I beat him 21-1, and then he beat me the second game, which we graduated finally. You know what I mean? That was to see how good he got, and he beat me 25-23. So that was great.
Wow.
And then we played another game, and then we got into a big argument, and then it became a war. We didn't like each other anymore because of everything I did for him, and he turned on me. I didn't like that. But that's okay. That's ancient history. You know what I mean? I created that kid. That's okay. Yeah. But
did you train anybody else?
I trained a lot of guys. Like this kid Artie. I trained him, and he got pretty good. Justin, kid Justin. I trained him, and he was, in my opinion, he was gonna be the next superstar. Because he already got his A card. So I trained that kid when he was 14, and he was gonna be the next great player. But players, it didn't exactly work out.
Besides Timbo, who do you think is top guy?
Well, you got the old war horses. You got Gio, of course. They're not old men. You got Davo. You know what I mean? And I guess that kid lost. He's getting good.
Yeah,
but
he's good.
In my opinion, there's this kid named Ryan. I see a lot of good things from him. Kid Ryan.
Oh yeah.
I saw Tyree. Look, I always knock Tyree, but in my opinion, that kid has incredible talent. But he never did shit in Big Blue. Never. He always seems to get his ass waxed, and he should. But he's a great four-waller. He's a great one-waller. Small ball. He's won a lot of nationals. He's a definite guaranteed Hall of Famer, international Hall of Fame, guaranteed, because of his junior wins and his national achievements. USA team national singles, doubles, 3-wall. He even won a 3-wall. So Tyree is a great talent. But as far as the Big Blue, never done crap. So you ain't gonna get no respect if you don't do nothing with a big ball. People don't care what you do with the small ball. Nobody does anymore because of how badly that game has fallen. But I see David Velas, maybe, never know. Let's see what he does. As soon as he starts moving away from the B's and start thinking more A's. But in my opinion, I see Ryan as maybe the next potential star.
Yeah, he's definitely got talent.
And he's got very more importantly, like David also, they got charisma. They got that little it thing, you know what I mean? Not just players, but charisma to go with it. Personality, that's very important, not just going up there and playing handball. So, and I like their attitude towards the game.
Yeah.
Now, as far as what they do outside of handball, that's the killer. What are you doing outside? Because that can make or break you. Lifestyle will kill you. So I can say you're going to be a great player, but how you train to be a great player? You see what I mean? How's your lifestyle off the court?
Sure. It's going to impact on the court.
Big deal, right? So if he's great, from what I'm seeing, he's on the court. But if he's just shooting shit off the court, then I take back what I said. But if he's doing training like an athlete and staying trying to be an athlete, like the same thing goes to all these other guys.
Yeah.
That's fine. But if you're not, then you're going nowhere. You might be there for a little while, but it ain't gonna last.
Right.
So the selection is not great. It really isn't. Because nobody's striving to be the best. They're striving to be good. They're striving to get that A card, and that's it. They get the A card, and they think they've won the national championship.
Right.
They think that I got an A card. I can stand on a pedal now, on a pedestal. And stand down and look at everybody. No, you can't. You're just one of many. That's all you are. You're no different than that guy and that guy and that guy.
Yeah.
Tell me what you won. You got an A. Check it out. This is the funny part. And I'm not talking about beats. The majority's A card guy. Ask them, what did you win in open division? You know what they're gonna say? I didn't win shit. But they might say I took second or third, which don't mean shit either. Nobody cares about first or second or third, because if you happy for that, then you shouldn't be playing. You should be disappointed. You understand? You should be angry and work harder for the next time. But if you're satisfied with second, third, fourth, fifth, then you shouldn't play. Give it up. Go play Tiddlywinks or badminton or something like that. Because I was never satisfied with second or third. That was me. That was a big letdown. It was a disappointment. I want more. I couldn't wait to get back, to get back on that winning edge. You see? So it's mental. 95% mental. You can be physically strong, but let's see how tough you are on top. I mean, if you're satisfied for second and third, don't play handball, bro. Give it up. Because I was. That's what makes champions. You think me and Buddy were happy with second or third so, or Emmett, or rookie? No. Sometimes we took it good. Sometimes we didn't. I didn't take losing too good. And neither did Buddy. Buddy's ready to shoot you.
What would you suggest as a recommendation for upcoming players to do to get to that type of level, to get to that type of discipline?
There's a simple formula. First, get your life together. Then you're mentally good. You understand? You got a good education. You got a nice job. Or you got a job. And you got an education. Now you can concentrate on that. You see, but if you, sometimes, sacrifices the work. Boxers sacrifice. They work. After work, you know where they go? They go to the gym. They're the first ones there and the last ones to leave. If you ain't the first one there, you're the last one to leave, and don't waste your time. So you got to sacrifice. I sacrificed. We all did to get what we want. If you're not willing to sacrifice, you're gonna have to sacrifice something. Your girlfriend, your family, for that time you need to practice to get where you want to get. And then when you finally get there, it's good. Then you can worry about everything else. But as long as you got your life good, it's okay. Because even if you fail, you still got a job and still got an education. So.
Right.
Oh, and of course, stay away from all the shit, if you get my drift, because that ain't gonna help your cause either.
No, gotta stay clean.
Right, you see? That's an athlete. Now, like in boxing, a guy trains, he has his trainer, he's got that, in other words, they're putting everything for him. Mm-hmm. They're putting their lives for him. They're taking their time for him, because they see a diamond in the rough. So you don't have to work, because he is working. He's working to be the next champion. See? Beautiful. Maybe they don't have that education. Maybe they don't got this. But they see something in this guy that he's going to make money for himself. He's going to make money for his family. He's going to make money for everything else. See? But are you that diamond in the rough, or are you just a regular guy? You got to know what you got. If you ain't got it, then why go chase it? You understand? Don't dream. You can dream, but don't go overboard. Because the higher, there's an old saying, the bigger you are, the harder you fall. The bigger your aspirations, the bigger you fall when you fail. Yeah? And then you'll have to know your limitations. How high can I go? Think about it. There's only one guy sponsored, isn't there? Isn't Red Bull sponsoring one guy? Just one.
I think there'll be more sponsors, but I get your drift.
You get me? There's only one guy, right?
But I do appreciate you taking the time and giving us advice and hearing about your life experience with handball. And we hope that we sell more books for you and get you more book sales, and hope to see you on the courts.
Yeah, definitely you will, and I guess you have to carry me out in a pine box. That's when I'll stop. Then again, I might be playing against the inside of the box.
Thanks for your time.
All right, guys, take care.